processes through which we pass. First is the Gruha Lakshmi. Actually, this is celebrated mostly on the 13th day of the moon, where they say that the housewife has to be given some present. And the best thing she can have is some sort of an utensil. So, people give her some utensils. Actually, it's a very, I think, a mutual thing, because if you give an utensil, she's supposed to cook for you. It's a very sweet way of suggesting that you cook something for her. Then the 14th day is very important, because that is the day the goddess, as a power, because it was Kartikeya who killed Narakasura, the devil. And he was one of the worst of all. He could not be killed. So Shiva and Parvati were married for the special purpose to produce this powerful Shakti Putra, means the son of the Shakti, known as Kartikeya. And he was just born to kill this horrible devil called as Narakasura. And he killed. That is the day, 14th day. It's something like Halloween that day. Because that is the day they open the gates of hell and put all the devils into hell. And that's why that day one has to rest in the morning time as long as possible, so that let all the devils be put in nicely, because some of them might be hanging around. See, it's better to allow them to get out. I mean, in the realm that you are, you do not feel much there exists. But if you were in the realm of subconscious area, or collective subconscious, you can see even some of the spirits and also can feel their existence. They see the black spots and all that. So, that day is very dangerous. But because Narakasura was killed, people celebrate it. That celebration is expressed next year, next day, which that day is the day of Diwali, they say. That is the day they also worship Lakshmi, because they think that that's the day Lakshmi was born on this earth, from the sea, as I told you last time. Then the day of the new year comes in afterwards, because in India, in the north, that's the time people finish their crops, and they found that day was very good to celebrate the new year. And that is actually more sort of, we can say, is a social thing in India. We need not use that. Whatever suits us, you can have your own New Year, because in the south, in say in Maharashtra, they have another New Year, as I told you, where Shalivahana, this dynasty, started another calendar and they celebrate that. So all these things are, nothing is rigid about anything. One must know, nothing is rigid. Rigidity comes from ignorance. It's all for you, for your joy and happiness. The whole festival system is for your happiness and not for the happiness of the time or date. It's for you. So it should be adjustable according to your needs and understanding, and also according to your national way you live. There should be no addiction to any particular type of culture or particular type of ideas. It's all for you. All these festivals are for you, not for gods. They don't have these festivals. It's only for you people these festivals are there. And when you celebrate this, that's only for your joy and your happiness. And that's how you should celebrate, in a way that gives you the greatest amount of happiness. And the festivals, all the festivals of the world must be celebrated. The more you are festive, the happier it is. Why miss the chance, you see? So as Sahajogi, you can celebrate. You can't push yourself in, John. Just move a little this side, I think. Yes, just move a little. So, as a Sahajogi, you don't belong to any particular caste or community anymore now. You belong to universal caste. Once you start belonging to the universal thing, then you can celebrate all the festivals of all the religions and have the best of it. All the year round you can celebrate all the festivals, know about them. The more you know, the better it is. And have all kinds of sweets, whatever you use, whatever type you use, in whatever areas and countries and cultures. And that's how we have to be more festive. Now, the last day is very important. It's a very universal day, I should say, called as Bhaiya Dvij. It's the, or they call it also in Marathi Bhav Bij, in different names. It's the brothers and sisters day. Now, the brothers and sisters relationship has to be very, very strong. And the purity of that relationship is to be maintained. It is not necessary that you should be born as brothers and sisters. Not necessary. But you are born, because if you are realized souls, you are born as brothers and sisters. So that purity must be maintained in the society of Sanjay. Very important. That we should try to develop this situation that brothers and sisters are something very pure. The relationships are very pure. And they should not be at all challenged. It is so much so that even if you call somebody your brother, he is your brother. And the more you develop this relationship, the better your left Vishuddhi will be. Because left Vishuddhi is the relationship with God as a brother or with the goddess as a sister. So, Sri Krishna's sister, as you know, was born to Nand. And Sri Krishna was himself born in a prison. So there was an exchange that took place. They had to replace her in his place. And then when Kamsa, the uncle of Krishna, tried to kill that girl, she went into the sky and like a lightning she said that your killer is still living in Gokul. He's still there. So this lightning that we see is representative of that power which we call as Vishnu Maya, is the sisters. If your sisterly feelings towards women are good and strong, your left Vishuddhi will be very good. It has many other qualities. For example, a person who has a very good left Vishuddhi is a very confident person. Not only that, but whatever he says comes out true. Even by mistake he says something, it comes true. It's a very powerful center, left Vishuddhi is. Such a person, whenever he'll speak, to say criticize something, or to cut down something, or to be against something, then it has the power to crush all that he doesn't want. See, like we can say, Christ his left Vishuddhi is expressed through his relationship with Mari Magdalene. When he stood up and said that those who have not committed any sin can stone her. So this is his power. The sin of the people just crushed them completely. They finished because the sin was there, and the sin was of left vision. There was no purity. And when there is no purity, a person who is so pure says such a thing. All these people lost their powers. They couldn't even stone. Now, this sister of his was born later on as Draupadi, and that too very near the place we have been to Vani, where we saw. Gavi, you remember when we were going to Nagpur? Near Vani, she was born, that place, and there's a very big temple of that. She was called as Draupadi, and you know how Sri Krishna tried to save her chastity. Now, people, I've heard, are trying also to say things against Mari Magdalene and against Christ and all kinds of things. You see, this is a sign of the decadence of our brains and our morality, that we cannot see purity in any relationship. We cannot see any purity in any relationship. So we as Sahajogis have to develop more of that. Instead of that, what I find that people, especially in the West, try to think whom we are going to marry home. These relationships are established. These are wrong. There is no need to go on organizing marriages and playing these games of romance and all that. If marriage has to take place, it will take place. But don't spoil the atmosphere. There are some people who are just like barbers who try to organize marriages, you see, and take a great pride in arranging marriages with this one to that one and that one to that one. It's not a desirable. One should not do it. There's no virtue in these things, is to organize marriages all the time. When the marriage time comes, it takes place.